We just finished watching Spider-Man No Way Home. If you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home, please stop watching. I want to say it again. This is a spoiler review. So if you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home, please stop watching. What's going on, y'all? Coming at you again with another review. And this is a Spider-Man No Way Home. We just saw the movie. We liked it. We loved it. We're going to let you guys know what we thought. We're going to do a full review on it.
But first off, get this shit off.
Yeah, it's... it's kind of tight.
Man.
No, I know how Spider-Man... Exactly. No, I know how Spider-Man feel on this.
Alright, well, I'll jump off the ledge first.
Okay.
And I'll say it is a top 3 Marvel movie of all time.
I can agree with that.
I won't say number 1. I gotta rewatch it again. I gotta live with it again. Mm-hmm. But right off the bat, top 3.
I agree with what you said. Sometimes when you watch a movie again, your the way of thinking can change. Definitely.
Yeah, like you have to sit with it. You got to see how it ages.
Got to marinate.
You know, no one's talked about Eternal since. That movie's trash.
I liked it. I think it's I think you, like you said, it's a top. I wouldn't. Maybe I could put a top 3. It was definitely top 5 for sure. Maybe debatably top 3, but I definitely want to watch it again just because. I guess we could start here and say that our theater was whack.
Our theater was completely whack. We were the most hyped in that theater.
And it made me feel like I needed to calm down a little bit.
Exactly.
Because I'll be like...
Right?
I was like, my guy, like...
Yeah. There also were a lot of kids in our theater, so they didn't even really understand. They didn't know who Andrew Garfield was, probably. They didn't know who Tobey Maguire is for sure.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
Exactly. I think we can start off by saying, just diving right into it. I think we start off by saying the trailers that we have seen are pretty much, like you were saying, the first... 45 minutes of the movie.
And then you
I like that though.
Yeah, I like it too.
I liked it too.
You got the fight scene at the end, which you assume was going to be at the end. When you saw Spider-Man jumping in the air against 3 guys, we all assumed that was going to be the end fight scene.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The big fight scene. So other than that, everything was in the beginning of the movie.
In the beginning of the movie, I liked the first half of the movie, but also I didn't because, like I said, we saw a lot of what happened in the beginning in the trailers, so it kind of made me already feel like I know what's gonna happen. And I know Jeff in the theater said this is the bridge, and so as soon as he said the bridge, I thought like, oh my gosh, so I already know what's about to happen. I know who's gonna come. So the first 30-45 minutes I liked it, but it kind of killed the anticipation of what came.
Not for me, because I just was so caught up that we saw them. I was still trying to wrap my head around the fact that we are seeing villains from 3 different universes together. Like the interaction between Osborn and Doc Ock and Electro all in the same room. Like for me, that was kind of like, what the am I really watching this shit? So I know for you didn't like that part, but I loved it. Like
I know what you're saying.
Seeing Lizard in there, all like trapped in the same cell.
Well, to be honest, for me that was the best part because we didn't see that in the trailers.
Yeah.
For me, that's what I was telling Toby. Like my least favorite part. I was saying, of course, I love being a reviewer, but if it weren't for the channel, I might just say, nah, I'm not gonna watch any more Marvel trailers because I could see how awesome it would be to just go to the movie not knowing anything.
Exactly.
Well, that leads into my next point.
Exactly.
I didn't want to get to the hate this soon, but it's not with the movie, but it's with all you people who are so hooked on rumors and
speculation,
teasers. Like some of my favorite YouTubers, they started making videos on rumors, weekly rumors, and it's like, it ruined it for me. Like, let me enjoy the movie, because when you obsess with rumors, you set unrealistic expectations, whether those rumors are true or not.
Right. That's why I don't watch a lot of those reviews and breakdowns
I've stopped watching those.
Yeah. I mean, we used to all watch Easter eggs and breakdowns, and like ever since we started reacting, we kind of agreed like, let's not do that. Let's come up with our own thought and our own emotions. And honestly, watching it with like that is much more enjoyable.
Exactly. 100%.
Unfortunately, yeah. I think I told Toby my least favorite part is that they showed us all the villains in the trailer, because when the villains came in, it was like, I know Doc is coming and I know Green Goblin is coming.
We were waiting for someone that we didn't see.
Electro. Yeah. Exactly.
And
our thoughts were like, who's
like
next?
you said, the best part was those interactions between the characters, seeing each other again. Goblin and Doc Ock communicating and talking again and saying, you died.
Yeah.
And then that like
powerhouses.
Just oh yeah, I remember you and you're not Peter and this like that was the best part.
Yeah, I love that part.
That was the best part.
To piggyback on that, I did like the idea of they all knew that at some point they were going to die because that was their fate, and the fact that they all looked at each other and it's like, I don't want to go back to my world. You know what I mean? That that hit me.
It made it relatable.
Exactly, right. Because who wants to die?
Electro was like, hell no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He wasn't with that. He wasn't with that at all.
God damn, I'm going back to having I'm being bald and I'm bald and corny and
no
a
girls.
nerd. Can't get no bitches. I loved a lot about the movie. I loved, again, what you already said, the character interactions between one another. I loved, if we want to just, the first thing that comes to my mind, because I can't think of anything else, the Peters interacting with each other. I thought it was cool how it kind of felt like, it was weird. It was weird and good because they were like talking to each other and it was like they knew each other. It was weird.
Exactly.
It's like they were best friends.
Yeah.
I like that.
Which makes sense because they're the same person, technically.
But damn, I still want more. Like
I do.
Such a classic moment.
I want more from their characters. Yeah.
And for me, Andrew stole the show out of all three Spider-Man.
I was just about to say that.
Toby is my favorite, but Andrew, every time he talked or spoke, he stole the show.
Exactly. Exactly. I felt the same way.
I was like, yo, we need another Andrew movie. Like, I walked away. I was fine with what we got from Toby. He was old, but Andrew, man,
he definitely killed the show.
I think Andrew has that. They say this is what they always said. They said, Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker, and Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man. And I think that's true because Spider-Man, he just felt like he was Spider-Man. Like he felt like he was so lighthearted, innocent, kind of funny. Probably the funniest one between all of them. And
out of all the sad, like, emotional moments, him saving MJ hit me the hardest.
Yeah.
When he looked at her and was like,
and the tears came out.
I was like, that hit me the hardest.
Yeah.
That hit me the hardest out of all the emotional moments. I was like, wow.
I agree.
He got that redemption.
And I was telling Jeff in the car that when you compare the Spider-Mans, everybody is just like, Tobey Maguire's the best. Tobey Maguire's the best. Before I watched this movie, Andrew Garfield was at the bottom of the list. But after this movie, he became close to the top. I gained a whole new level of respect for him.
I agree.
And another thing I told Jeff in the car, like, the way Tobey Maguire was telling him, you know, you're amazing. You're amazing Spider-Man. Yeah. Obviously, that's the name of his movie. Like, Andrew Garfield gets a lot of hate. And so the fact that they were saying, like, you're amazing, like, you're a good Spider-Man, you're a good Spider-Man, it's like they were talking to us.
That's true. That's
right?
True.
It was like they were talking to us.
They were picking him up. Because he was even saying, like, yo, I'm the lamest one here. Yo, that's a beautiful point.
Exactly.
And he was talking to us. Like, he was like, man, y'all got some cool stories. I'm lame as hell.
Exactly.
I ain't fight no aliens.
They were talking to us.
My time was cut short because of y'all hating.
Right.
It's true. And I think, like you said, Toby pretty much let the fans know, hey, look, this dude was great.
Right.
This dude was awesome. You guys didn't even give him a chance to get his third movie.
That was beautiful.
I like that a lot.
That was beautiful.
So my favorite person in this movie had to be Willem Dafoe.
Oh,
he killed it. He absolutely killed it.
Fuck.
His facial expressions, the laugh, the fight scenes with in the Happy's apartment complex. He grabbed Tom Holland. He suplexed that man through like 20 floors down. That shit was hard.
He was amazing.
He was amazing. He was amazing.
He had us all believing that he actually was a changed man and then just snapped. And then that face comes out where he's like smiling.
Yo.
And the voice.
Yo.
And it's like, God damn, this guy is scary for real.
Exactly.
He really is scary as fuck. He killed the character.
Yep.
He did it better than what he did in the other movies. Because remember that I love that one scene where Spider-Man, I think he's fighting him in the apartment complex, and he's just boom, 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 and then you look at him, he's smiling at him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh hell.
I got Joker vibes. On
Yeah.
That
I was this.
this dude is really deranged. Like,
Ooh, let's see. It was hard. That was hard. Who was your favorite, RJ?
Green Goblin. for
Green
sure.
Goblin. Oh,
I just wish he. I mean, he didn't. I wish he didn't destroy the mask that he had. The helmet.
oh yeah,
I wanted to see some more.
The helmet was.
the helmet. Yeah, that was like the icing on the
He was
cake.
kind of looking like Hobgoblin the way he was dressed, but
Got the hood on.
yeah, but
You know-
he was still badass.
You know what they probably felt like? They probably felt like, okay, we're bringing back this iconic character. Let's not waste him in a mask the whole like half of the time.
So that was another thing. Not that it bothered me, but I kept noticing like these motherfuckers keep taking off their mask. Every Spider-Man kept taking. I understand they wanted to make sure who was who,
I think that's why they do it.
but it was just a little weird to me. I'm like,
I actually
alright.
liked it.
No, I liked it, but it was a little weird because
Okay.
that's the one thing Spider-Man doesn't do.
Right.
Like it was almost like they couldn't breathe. They would fight. They would fight,
They
and
go
as soon
take
as
a
they
little break.
rest, they like, what y'all doing?
So I can tell you right now, I don't blame him. Shit, I would've took that shit off too.
I'm not saying I didn't. I didn't mind it, but it was like, damn, keep y'all shit on.
Right. No, you definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna lie, because Vera was sitting next to me and she's like, I'm confused. Which one is
Yeah,
which?
they had
I
to
could
do
tell.
It.
I could
They
tell
had
too.
to do it.
I could tell.
It was sometimes where I was kind of like, damn, is this Toby or Andrew?
Did they not bring Toby's old suit back? It didn't look like the old suit.
It looked like his old suit, but looked polished.
Yeah,
like,
it
like
looked
a lot
little
cleaner.
different.
I wish that maybe they would have made the suits look a little bit more different.
I agree.
Because Andrews looked like Andrews, his old suit. But
it
I
did.
think even in the movie, his was a little more blue.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
think,
Tobey Maguire's, I can't remember. It had more. You had the suit on earlier.
It had like more.
The black
More
lining
like silver
was like,
lining.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it was.
It was like the silver.
I
It
think
was like webbing, a little bit like the lining.
Yeah, I think if they would have done that, it would have been better. I mean, it's not an issue. I
Yeah.
can still tell the difference.
They
between
could have
Spider-Man.
differentiated it a little bit more.
Another thing that we talked about. Let's talk a little bit more about Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. So the entrance when Andrew Garfield came in,
yeah.
that was great. That was beautiful.
That was probably the hypest the theater got.
It was,
Yes.
it was definitely like
so
chilling.
when the portal opened from Ned and he turned around and you saw his eyes,
I saw it. I was like,
bruh.
I think it took you a little while.
It
You were like,
scared
hold
me
on.
too because he was running towards us. Like he looked at the portal and was
Oh
like,
yeah.
it just hopped right through. Like, whoa, where's this guy going?
I was scared to close the portals right when he was getting close. I was like, what?
But the thing that I did not like is that they followed up immediately with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a suit on or anything. It was just
Yeah.
like, I didn't believe it for a second.
This man had a whole
Just for a
H&M
small second.
outfit on.
Oh, right.
Just a random blue shirt with a jacket on.
It looked like he was going to the coffee shop.
Right.
right,
He
right.
was like, hey, how's it going?
Right. I didn't like how they did that. Maybe if they brought him in at the end, maybe another Spider-Man coming through to help him out, that would have been great. I would have liked that more.
I thought let's talk about the good part of that. When Andrew came in and he took off the mask.
I got
was
chills.
like, oh,
I had
shit.
chills.
This was awesome.
Right.
This is amazing. He's here. We're getting the whole reunion. It was great. It was just.
It was.
I think we all thought he was gonna be in the movie. We all thought these characters were gonna be in the movie, but I think we all also thought, damn, it's very possible that they're not. So seeing them back together was great. Again, going back, I don't want to bash it that much, but seeing Tobey Maguire come in, I don't know, it just felt
coulda- yeah, they
underwhelming.
coulda
I wish
had
he
more
would have had his
oomph.
suit on. He could have just had this. Why didn't they just put the suit on?
Yeah.
It was
Or
a
why
little
couldn't-
underwhelming.
Why couldn't he just be like, what the hell?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where am I?
He knew
But
everything.
Exactly. He knew. He was like, I know something's going on. I'm looking for your Peter Parker because I feel something weird's going on. But he was way too calm about it.
Yeah, he was a
looked
little
like-
too calm. He didn't have
like
that
you said,
pizzazz.
He looked like he was just came from the coffee shop.
And
Right.
even their interaction with each other wasn't as amazing as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I thought they would be like just have some amazing wordplay, like
Yeah.
saying the same thing, but it was kind of like, oh, you're you and I'm me.
And I kind of liked when they kind of like did a little splash of it when they were fighting each other and they were like, you're not Peter, you're not Peter. And they were kind of like webbing each other a little bit. And they kind of did the same thing at the same time.
Right.
They threw the web at the same time.
And
But
he
I kind
webbed
of
his
wish
shooter.
I kind of wish it was kind of like, yeah, I remember when Jackie Chan fought Don
Don.
Cheadle.
Yeah.
And they were like,
Yeah.
doing the same move.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were
Right.
like,
Yeah.
and they were like,
That's what I expected.
they got each other's throat and they were like, twist and
Just-
tiger.
Twisting tiger.
Yeah, it's like just
Hold on. How you know how to do that?
Yeah.
They're brothers. Like, I wish they would have done something like that where they were
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
And they were like,
that would have been cool.
hold on.
That would have been cool.
You are Peter. Or some shit like that.
Yeah. I agree.
And I like how they kind of let you. They kind of differentiated. Okay, we know Tobi was the OG. He's the wisest one. I didn't really like too much how they made Tom the smartest one. I thought that Tobi would take that role, but I understand it's Tom's movie.
At Tom's movie, to piggyback on what you just said, I feel like they try to make Tobey Maguire some wise prophet. You know what I mean? The way he looked, because he had that older look. It was like
But
almost
even-
like a passing the torch moment. It's just like
Nah, it was weird. It was like a Ray Allen watching Steph Curry break his record. Like, you know, he's jealous, but he like, I gotta be here to support you. 'Cause like when Tom was drawing up the plan, like, all right, we do this, you do that. I'm like, why the hell is this guy talking? He's never even won a fight.
Bro, and that's another thing
That's
that
what
we'll
I
get
said.
to.
Ever since he's been in the MCU, he's been getting his ass whooped.
Remind me of that, because I have something to say about Tom Holland.
Well, that brings me to the next part. Is that I loved it when he snapped, and he was whooping the shit out of Green Goblin.
Oh, at the end?
Yes, he
Bro,
was crushing
that's what I like.
Yeah, I like
Cause
that too.
okay, so now I'm about to say,
I like it too.
Tom Holland. Whenever we see him
He's soft.
fight, it's more like being just evasive. I mean, that's Spider-Man, and that's what he does. But he's mainly on the defense. He's not really on
more on the. Let me let you whip my ass. Not even defense.
with my ass and like let me like web away. I don't like that.
Yeah, he does
So
not.
when I saw that at the end, when he was beating goblins, I was like, yes, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, he was snapped. I loved
But
it.
even when he did snap, it wasn't believable. I didn't feel like he was angry. I didn't feel his anger. And when I just didn't feel it like I felt when Toby killed his Uncle Ben's murderer.
Oh yeah.
Like, I didn't feel it like
Literally
that.
thinking, I was waiting to say that. Yeah, that was literally.
So
I
you
think
can
that's
see-
why we love
Yeah.
that Spider-Man, because that he's shown his vulnerability
Yeah.
to the point to where he couldn't control his rage so much so that he pretty much killed the dude,
yeah.
because the dude tried to defend himself. He fell off the building.
You could see his anger in that moment. And when Tom was beating him down, he was just like, like, I didn't feel like he really wanted to even kill him. I felt like he picked up his glide and was like, I might do it, I might not. You know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But the thing is, if Toby wasn't there, I think he probably would have done
No,
it.
he would have.
Because he
would have
went down.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, his acting did it. It didn't capture me like like it should have.
And in the apartment complex, when Tom Holland was first fighting the Green Goblin, like, I was rooting for Goblin. Like,
You were like,
I was like, yes. Tom was getting his ass. He was like, yes, fuck him up.
I think it's because we just love. That's how great William Dafoe is as
Yes.
Goblin, because he's like, obviously you know he's not gonna win. So to see him get the upper side on Spider-Man just
Ooh,
felt good.
It felt so good. Right.
He could have done that to any of the Spider-Man. I still would have been like, damn,
Yeah.
this motherfucker's cold.
Yeah, I agree. I like the memes. So, like, they didn't full blown out do like a.
No, but
it was very subtle.
It was very subtle
think
when they
people
were
missed it.
experimenting.
the whack ass theater.
Yeah, exactly. Some people missed it, but we caught it.
Yeah.
Another thing that I like is like, I'm something of a scientist myself.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
I love that. I love hearing that. And because it was such a meme for so long, and they
Yes.
finally did that. I love that.
Yes,
That was good.
I love
That was
Every
good.
time Andrew spoke, I was just like,
We want more.
Give me more.
Keep talking. Keep talking. And so at the end, when it was time for them to go, I was like, I don't want you to go. Stay.
yeah.
Would you guys say that a lot of people came to watch this movie more for the other two Spider-Mans than Tom Holland?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I kind of don't like that.
I like it.
I don't like that you got these fake fans in theaters. I can't bash the people. You want to see what you want to see. But it makes the theater experience whack, because it's like, you guys don't know that who the fuck Daredevil is? How did you guys not get hyped that Daredevil entered the scene and y'all are just like, ooh?
Exactly. Our theater was so whack that we were the only ones hyped when we saw Charlie Cox. Like, what?
Yeah.
I was kind of mad.
And then when he caught the break,
Oh, I got a little bit of chill on that
I
one.
need more Daredevil.
Yeah.
I need more Daredevil.
and the problem is,
ASAP.
it's weird. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do in this whole shenanigan that ended up happening. We can talk about later on that nobody remembers Peter Parker. So technically, Daredevil doesn't remember Peter Parker, and they kind of just introduced Daredevil for no reason. I feel like they kind of just put him in here to say, "Hey, just so y'all know, Daredevil's coming to the MCU, but he's not going to interact with Spider-Man anymore."
Yeah, because he don't remember him.
So it's like, why? You know what I mean? I loved it. It was awesome. It was a nice little moment, but I want more.
And the one thing I secretly wanted from this movie was I wanted this movie to change my opinion of Tom Holland, and it didn't do that. It didn't move the needle for me. Like how I felt before this movie about Tom Holland, I still feel the same. I just wanted to like Tom more after this movie, and my feelings towards him didn't change much.
You know what they
did a lot of
stupid
shit. A lot of stupid shit.
They kind of should have made him so pissed off, and I think that maybe would have made him more likable, because they kind of made him go back to being the same person that he was. He saw MJ, and he was still emotional about the situation. I think maybe if he would have been like upset or sad or depressed, maybe we would have felt for him a little more.
Honestly, that was probably the best time, the best moment in the movie that's the moment in the movie when I liked him most, because that showed his growth. He's like, I'm not gonna chase this. I'm putting the childish shit behind me. I'm gonna let them live their lives, and I'm gonna just move on by myself.
I agree.
I like that. Showed like he's taking the next step. Like, all right, he's not a kid no more.
Right.
What are we gonna see next? You know,
I like that.
I did like that.
I'm curious as to see what happens further.
And I know Toby's not gonna like this.
Me?
But I think I think I liked what they did with MJ in this movie. She wasn't annoying. She was more so his love interest.
Yeah.
She wasn't like in the other movies where she's kind of like,
she was a little forced.
Yeah, she wasn't like sometimes she tries to like not make fun of people, but like feel like she has to defend her own or like make these little jokes. She wasn't doing any of these stuff. She was just you could tell that they actually like each other. Yeah. Which they do in her life, obviously.
I definitely got that feel towards the second half of the movie. The first half of the movie, I did not like her. I did not like seeing her whenever they give her screen time. I did not like it at all. But at the end, when they were kissing each other because he told her like, "Oh, you're not gonna remember me anymore." Like me. That was the very first time I felt some type of connection between Zendaya and Tom Holland. Yeah. That was the first time I ever felt that. So I gotta give her that.
And the good thing is, I mean, it makes sense. But they got good chemistry. Yeah. They got good chemistry, and it's probably because they date in real life. And you know what? A lot of people liked Gwen Stacy and Andrew Garfield's relationship, and them motherfuckers dated in real life too.
Oh, they did?
Did they? In the time of the movie, they dated in real life.
So how did y'all feel about Doctor Strange?
Oh my god. So I'm gonna say something that probably don't like. I didn't like him.
Yeah, me neither.
He felt off.
He did
during that whole movie.
He didn't feel like himself.
I was waiting for them to say this wasn't Doctor Strange. Yeah, that's how weird it was.
Yeah,
one he got his ass beat by Spider-Man. How?
Yeah,
okay, how?
There's some geometry.
This man
exactly.
This man didn't show up. He said, "I've been tied in the Grand Canyon for 12 hours, bro. How are you there for 12 hours?"
You're Doctor Strange. You fought Thanos. Are you going to tell me that you were tied up for 12 hours in the Grand Canyon?
Because of Spider-Man?
Because of Spider-Man? Come on now. That's not the Doctor Strange we know.
They made him too underpowered.
And I thought that they were going to change up the actual story of how he messed up the spell in the movie. But he legit just messed up the spell. And that was kind of weird. How does Doctor Strange mess up a global spell that would affect the entire world? Like Wong said, you shouldn't do it.
After Infinity War and Endgame, shouldn't you have learned? Shouldn't you have taken the proper precautions?
And I told Vera this. Why the fuck didn't Doctor Strange sit down and say, "Hey, just so you know, before I start this spell, nobody's gonna remember you, okay?" Then Tom Holland would have been like, "Hold on.
Right.
Actually, I would like this person, and this person remember me." I hated that part. And then he would have been like, "Okay, cool. I'll add that to the spell." And then nothing would have changed. He would have nobody just says, "All right, let's go over here and do the spell on you."
I understand it had to be done, but when he was like, "Oh, and Ned and Ted and Fred," and I'm like, "Bruh, this is a
Ned,
spell
Ted,
going
Fred.
on." Like,
Right, and then it was breaking apart, and he was still going. He was
Exactly,
like,
like-
"Oh, and also happy." And I'm like,
yeah,
bro, nah, I ain't like that either.
But I mean,
It's a movie, so I get
Yeah,
it.
we don't know we might not know what he fully meant by that, but he did say that he's no longer the Sorcerer Supreme. That Wong
true,
was.
true,
So
true.
maybe that's why he was a little bit underpowered. We don't know exactly what comes with being the Sorcerer Supreme.
Okay. What we gotta say about Jameson?
Jameson.
Jameson was Jameson.
Yeah,
I like
kinda,
him.
I kind of feel like they kind of just had him in there. He didn't really do that much.
Yeah,
I
but-
love Jameson in the original Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
He was funny.
He was great.
He was fun.
Yeah.
He was. This one, it kind of just felt like he was a newscaster.
It reminded me a lot of the video game. Because in the video game, he was the voice of public opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. He
So
was
that's
just
what his
Right.
role was in this movie. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
One thing I will say that feels like it's so unnecessary, and this person feels like a complete fucking tool, which he is. Flash. Whenever that we saw, like,
He didn't have to be in this.
But that's
He
his
didn't have
job.
to be in this movie.
Oh yeah, he didn't have to be.
like it was just unnecessary. I didn't like Flash. I don't like his character. I don't like who.
I've never liked.
I like Flash better in the original Spider-Man.
I
The
do
Flash
too.
that we got,
I do too.
or that's in this new Spider-Man, I don't like him.
Yeah, Ned. I love Ned.
That's great.
I do like
He
Ned.
killed his role.
He did.
But I do like the foreshadowing when they're like, "Oh, my best friend tried to kill me."
Yeah.
I love that foreshadowing because in the comics he does become
Hobgoblin?
I think so.
I don't think they're gonna go with that.
I hope not because I just love Ned too much.
I was gonna say, I was scared that they were gonna make Ned and MJ a love interest.
Oh,
Because-
because the coffee shop.
I was gonna be like, that's
Yeah.
gonna really ruin how I feel for Ned.
Yeah,
Because I hated when they did that with Harry. It made me dislike Harry in the original Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I hated Harry after a little while.
yeah,
And then he started getting all emotional. And then he was like, bring me Spider-Man. I don't know who
yeah. He
Spider-Man
was all
is.
over the place.
And I'm glad that they kept them all friends.
Who else killed their role was Poppy.
Poppy.
I mean,
Happy?
Poppy. Yeah, Poppy in there?
Happy.
Pappy.
Why you calling him that? Who the fuck is Pappy?
Hold on,
Happy.
Happy.
I thought Happy was gonna die for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought I was like, who the fuck is Poppy?
You know,
You work in the bodega?
you know,
Poppy, come on, my friend. You don't want to be here, my friend. Poppy.
Nah, he was funny. The movie was funny. Like when they tried to be funny, all the jokes hit for me.
That was the worst part, is that I felt like I was laughing and the theater was not laughing.
Yeah.
The theater ruined the experience for me. I think
felt
if
like I
the
was
theater
laughing
would have
a
been
lot.
lit, I would have had a better time.
The jokes
It's
were on point.
unfortunate.
Oh, another Easter egg I fucking loved was Electro saying there's a black Spider-Man out there.
yeah.
oh my.
I was like,
yeah.
Yep.
That was
He
great.
was like, there got to be a black Spider-Man somewhere, right?
Yeah. I did like
there
that.
was a gasp in the theater when that happened.
Yeah, there was.
Miles Morales. He's coming.
I like that they did that. I love that they did that.
Me too.
I love that they at least...
But that was one of
Threw it
the.
in there.
Oh, we never did it, but I was saying like, in my list of things that I wanted a hint of Miles Morales.
We got to talk about who we saw in the beginning when Doctor Strange was casting that spell. We saw there was somebody in purple that literally looked down. Y'all remember
I
that?
couldn't tell who the characters were or the people were.
No, not at the end. When he was casting the spell and Peter was talking, there was somebody up in the sky.
Really?
Yes. Y'all don't remember that?
Oh, I was.
They were looking down. You don't remember that? Oh!
I must have missed it. I just have not seen it.
It was a purple figure looking down. When he went like this and it all like it was like a little atom and it like it spread
I see
apart.
that.
Oh shit.
So something that I like and don't like both at the same time is it seems like this is the end for Spider-Man in the MCU.
You think so?
I think this is what they purposely did because Doctor Strange said, I'm not going to remember you either. And no one else is going to remember you.
I think they announced.
So it's not like Spider-Man can now just come to Cap or come to this person or come to that person and say, hey, you know me. Because no one knows him. No
That's
one has any
true.
memories of him. And it's kind of the perfect send-off if Sony is keeping the rights to the character and not sharing the rights with MCU again. It's kind of the perfect send-off because no one remembers him.
But then the end credits where we got Venom.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
And I have questions about that because it's like, okay, so Venom went back to wherever he was originated from, but left the symbiote. So does that symbiote now come to Tom Holland? Because technically Tom Hardy. So does that mean Tom Hardy's not going to be the Venom?
I don't think so. I think we're done with Tom Hardy, to be honest.
That's crazy. Because I'm not happy with that. I would love to see Tom Hardy and Tom Holland interact with each other.
Yeah, I think that we're done with that Tom Hardy. We're going to get a whole new Venom.
So something I didn't understand or disliked is that Sandman seemed like he was a good guy the entire time.
Yeah.
Right?
He was a forced villain.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Because Elektra, you knew he was going to snap. Mm-hmm. And then when he finally did, him and the Goblin pretty much were the bad guys. Mm-hmm. And everybody else was just kind of going along with it.
Right. Yeah. Sandman, the only thing about Sandman, he
like,
just didn't trust anybody. That was his whole thing.
But technically, Sandman said with some real shit. He was like, I just want to go back to home to my daughter.
Yeah, he was fighting them.
Wouldn't he be one of the people who was like, I want to go. Like, let me help y'all solve this.
He should have flipped too.
Yeah.
The Lizard was just crazy.
What are you fighting for?
Yeah.
I don't understand why he did that. The only ones that seemed like they were just genuine villains was Electro, Lizard, and Goblin.
But they made Lizard look a little weak too.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't give him
400%. Yeah. Willem Dafoe stole the show.
And then Doc Ock, I think, stole the show too. I think he was great as his character. And we kind of assumed that he was going to be a good guy.
Yeah. From the trailers. Yeah, I agree. What was also cool was that the parallel. So Uncle Ben died in the original Spider-Man. Gwen Stacy died in Amazing Spider-Man. And Aunt May and Tom Holland's story, she died. So it was just like, it's just fate for Spider-Man. Yeah. Somebody close to him has to die. And that was Aunt May.
It is fate for Spider-Man because, I mean, shit. In the first one, Harry dies. Yeah, Harry dies.
Yeah, he basically got lucky.
A lot of people died.
I mean, he's had it the easiest. Tom has.
Yeah, Andrew, Ben dies in the beginning, and then Gwen Stacy dies, and Tom hasn't really had anyone die other than Iron Man.
Right. So it's only right Aunt May died.
Yeah.
All right, the Doctor Strange end credits. Was it a trailer? Was it a teaser?
I'm gonna be honest. I hated it.
It was so unrelated to the movie.
It was one of my. You guys might not like it, but it was one of my least favorite end credit scenes. I didn't need any of that.
Yeah.
I know that Doctor Strange 2 is coming. Mm-hmm. I know
it was a trailer.
I know that Wanda was gonna be in it. I know that Wong was gonna be in it. Mm-hmm. That's what we got. We got Doctor Strange fighting and showing a couple scenes from Doctor Strange 2.
Well, the cliffhanger was the evil Doctor Strange. I was just
about to say that. But the thing is, for people that didn't watch What If, that's more of a shocker to them.
That's right.
But since we saw What If, we were just like, oh shit.
I just hope it's not a repeat. Because we saw it already in What If.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't like it. Because I'm like,
same.
We did see the octopus with the tentacles.
That's
we saw that. We saw that in What If.
They didn't show me anything that I didn't know or kept me on my toes.
Yeah, they should have just... Yeah.
Same with the Venom one. We saw Venom, and he went back, and they left the symbiote. But we knew that Venom was probably going to be...
just not that version.
Yeah. We knew that Venom was going to be in Spider-Man.
I thought it was actually going to be in the movie, to be honest. I was waiting.
I did too.
When Lizard was coming out of the water...
I saw that.
We both thought that was Venom. Oh, so we were...
So
all right.
What's your core score?
I was just about to say, what's the core score for the movie before we end the review? RJ, you go first.
My core score for Spider-Man No Way Home is a solid 9.4.
Okay.
That's fair.
For me, I think I'll go right there and say the same thing. I think I'm going to go with a 9.4. I wanted to give it a 5, and I think you could if you wanted to. I got to watch it again.
Yeah, as I was going to say.
I got to watch it again.
Definitely.
And for now, 9.4. I think it was a top 5 Marvel movie in general.
I got to give it... What you laughing at? I got to give it...
9.2 range. I gotta give it that.
So this wasn't your favorite Spider-Man movie, would you say?
Out of
all the Spider-Man.
All the Spider-Mans?
Yeah.
It's too soon for me.
I think I have to rewatch the movie again because we literally just watched it. I don't want to speak at the moment. It was definitely up there.
For me personally, I think this is the best Spider-Man movie.
God, that's a hard question.
It is hard.
That's a hard
I
question.
think so. I think it's a perfect like send off.
I think I would agree with you there, but the only reason I don't even want to compare it to the others is like Andrew stole the show.
Right.
So now I
That's
feel
what I'm thinking about.
I feel like his movies, I have to go back and I'm probably gonna look at them with a little bit more appreciation.
You know what I would love to do now is watch them all
Oh
Yeah.
in order. I think that would make me appreciate it more.
Definitely.
But I think it's definitely the best one. In my opinion, I think it's the best one.
Thank you guys for watching our review to Spider-Man No Way Home. Tell us what you guys thought about the movie in the comments down below. Like this video and always subscribe.
I'm on my match in the dark. 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 I'm on my match.